I mean, we don't have to be rocket scientists to put 2 and 2 together here. A.J. Brown is trying to find a trade out of Philadelphia. His agent is at the Combine talking to teams about the Eagles trading him to that team. I mean, it sounds to me quite clearly like A.J. Brown, Hugh Douglas, is out there, through his agent, trying to find a trade, and then that team and the agent will bring the trade back to the Eagles and say, are you good with this? I mean, I don't know how this doesn't change people's minds. There's a lot of people still out there that haven't crossed over to the either the light or the dark, depending on how you want to look at this, to realize this thing is over, and we got to move on from this guy. But, Hugh, I would think this has got to change some people's minds out there if he's actively not just asking the Eagles for a trade, Hugh, he's seeking his own trade.
And see, this is why, this is why I led with what I led with this morning. Sometimes you got to listen. And I said yesterday that the tone changed, and that's why I felt like there was about to be something that was going to happen. See, this is when you have vision and you vibrate on a higher level.
Here we go.
You see stuff like this before it even comes. That's why I'm trying to help y'all out, you people. I'm trying to get you people right. Instead of being so reactive and just sit back and listen sometimes. Y'all so emotional. And I'm trying to take the emotion out of this and be logical.
Well, it is talk radio. It is WIP. We're just driven on all that.
But the point, it was Howie's tone yesterday. Well, the other day, I should say. It changed drastically. It was nothing. It was a subtle change, but it was a change nonetheless. And now you get this new information. It's unfortunate, man, because I think that AJ could be a good fit here. But if he doesn't want to be here, you should make somebody be somewhere that they don't want to be.
I totally agree. I mean, we do a lot of, people probably think dumb analogies or silly analogies in the show, but we've done the relationship analogy with this AJ thing, right? A lot. And we've talked about,
I'm not trying to be with somebody who don't want to be with me.
Well, this is even beyond doesn't want to be with you. Because there's one thing of, I don't know if we belong together, maybe we should break up, all that, right? This is now, like the friend is trying to set them up with someone else while you're still together. Like they are, A.J. Brown is under contract from the Eagles.
You on Tinder.
Yeah, right.
And your Tinder on.
And while they're with the Eagles, that's awkward.
Just vigorously swiping.
Swiping whatever. I don't know if it's left or right, whatever it is. They're doing that. And like for me, I 2 weeks ago decided I'm out. I can't do this anymore. I think it's time for the Eagles to move on. But this makes me even stronger in that feeling that the Eagles have to move on. He doesn't want to be here. And if he has his agent at the Combine out there looking for a deal, I mean, this is now a matter of just when, not if. 215-592-9494. Where do you come down? A.J. Brown, according to Dianna Russini, his agent Jimmy Sexton is at the Combine meeting with teams trying to facilitate a deal out of Philadelphia. I mean, Hugh, I don't know how many more times this guy could stand up with a sign that says, I'm out, before we acknowledge he doesn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And I was always of the mindset that he wanted to be here. Because why not? This is a great place to be. You won a Super Bowl here. When all this is said and done, when football is done for AJ, he's going to come back and he's going to be remembered and revered as one of the greatest Eagles to ever play a football game here. It's one of those things where when you look at the big picture, why would you want to leave a place that you had so much success at to go somewhere? And to be honest, you don't know how it's going to play out, and you're going to be sick, even though you already have one. If the Eagles mess around and get back in the Super Bowl in the next couple of years and you're not here, that's going to be tough, man. I don't get it, but hey, if you feel that strongly about your position and how you feel about being here, then I wouldn't be the one that holds you back.
So, I think it's interesting what you just said, because I think on 99% of players, I'd agree with you. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But I can't get out of my head, Hugh, and we talked about this about a year ago at length. I can't get out of my head what he posted after the Super Bowl, that he thought he'd feel differently after they won the Super Bowl. But he didn't, because in that particular game, right, he didn't have a big game in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he didn't dominate.
Right, he didn't dominate. And he realized then...
And he didn't take any solace in the team's overall accomplishment.
Yes, he realized then he gets his satisfaction in dominating. So, Hugh, what you just said, I think, is super logical for 99% of these situations. Like, if he goes somewhere next year and that team doesn't win or get close, and the Eagles do win without him, then maybe he would look back and say, man, I left a good situation. But I don't know. But if he goes to a team and he has better individual numbers, and most Sundays he feels like he dominated, even if his team lost, Hugh, maybe that's what makes him happy, right? Everyone's different. Maybe he's telling us that wins and losses is not how he's going to define his career. It's going to be about his own statistics, his numbers, how he dominates. I mean, maybe he's thinking more of, how do I get to the Hall of Fame? How do I get remembered statistically, not how do I win? Because I'm with you. If he wants to win, he should just stay here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what drives AJ.
Right.
I have a feeling, but I'm not definite on that. And AJ is also a complex individual. The way that he thinks, the way that he operates, all of that. And Coach Vrabel kind of alluded to that when he talked about his growth so far as an individual. We're all growing and we're all changing, and it's obvious that AJ has changed for the better, in certain aspects of his life. But this is one where if he's dug in and he feels that whatever he's trying to accomplish, he can't get accomplished here, then, yeah, maybe it is time to move on.
Yeah, and look, I don't know if the Eagles gave him permission to do this. I would hope they would before his agent's just out there. The whole thing doesn't make the Eagles look great right now. I mean, they're out there saying he's a big part of it. I know public messaging is one thing, but they're out there, and every time there's a microphone, they're saying how big of a part of the team he is, how much they love him.
Yeah.
And then we're hearing on the other side of the room, there is his agent saying, hey, will you trade for my guy? We got to get him out of Philadelphia. It doesn't make the Eagles look great. 215-592-9494. All right, there's the latest change your mind on the A.J. Brown situation. According to Dianna Russini, his agent, Jimmy Sexton, is at the Combine meeting with teams trying to find a team to get AJ out of here. Does it change your mind? Kyle, you have been you might be the last one here.
The last bastion
at
of hope.
WIP that is holding on and saying no to trading AJ. Does this change your mind?
So I find it so rich that Douglas over there is saying that I and us, we're being emotional about this. You guys are the ones every day doing the he loves me not thing.
Yes.
With the flower petals.
Oh, I don't deny being emotional.
I'm rock steady over here. AJ Brown's agent going to look for a trade, that's cute. What are you going to give me in return? Like, the last thing you want to do, and it's not good business, is make these decisions with emotion in emotional times. Like, it's best for business to just look at this in a way of how does this help the Philadelphia Eagles get better? Mm-hmm. Like, what can I do? What can I get in return for A.J. Brown that helps me? Is trading him beneficial to me right now? I still don't think it is. And by the way, this reminds me to a lesser degree, a much lesser degree, a little bit of the Nick Castellanos thing, where now it's basically everyone and their grandmother knows that A.J. Brown doesn't want to be here, or that, he's available in a trade technically, how he's going to listen, right? So what does that do to his value? Now, A.J. Brown, much better player than Nick Castellanos.
Of course.
And there will be teams bidding for him, but what does that end up amounting to? A second-round pick, right, at best? And by the way, that's a second-round pick from a team that wants to contend. A contending team is going to want to trade for A.J. Brown to put them over the top. So that becomes basically a third-round pick. I'm not doing that. That is a bad trade. It's not a good trade. And it's, a third-round pick in next year's draft? Because they can't really trade him before this draft. That hurts.
With the $40 million cap
so,
hit, yeah.
I can't. Everyone's being, I think, way too emotional about this with A.J. Brown, and we have to look at what's the best business practice for the Eagles. This doesn't change anything. Go look for a trade, dude.
Oh, it changes, changes something.
Go have a blast.
Oh, it changes something.
Nothing.
Yeah, come on now.
Nothing.
But I also think you may be looking at it as the A.J. Brown he has been. What is the A.J. Brown that will be? Sure, if you tell me he's the A.J. Brown from 2022, 2023, then no, I might try to mend fences. He might not be that same guy anymore. Also, where's his head? Last year, his head didn't seem in it the whole year. I think we all recognize that.
His head's been inside a book for the last 3 years.
All right,
but we've won with him.
Yeah, sure, I get it. But what if it gets worse? He could. Do we think this is going to just magically get better?
No. He's
going to go from asking for a trade in the season to having his agent find a trade in the offseason to come back here and just another 1,000 yards like that.
Well, what does get better look like? Is it a workable situation?
I don't
where
know.
He could be. See. That's where I think everyone's getting emotional. That every little thing that comes out is like, oh my God, this can never, they have to split up. It's I don't believe it's at that point.
Swiping left and right and whatever that means.
That's so wonderful. He's been doing that for 3 years,
like
guys.
We never heard his agent was out looking for a trade.
Hold on. But we heard he requested a trade multiple times throughout the season last year.
And that didn't work. So now he's got the agent out there finding a team to bring to the Eagles.
Go ahead and do it.
Oh,
what are you going to give me in return?
I don't care. Get him out of here. 215.
Yeah, see, that's emotional.
215-592-9494. Whatever. Emotions or not, I'm annoyed. He's out there looking for it. I have Howie on every show in America talking about how, we love him here. We can make this work. Wonderful. But then you have the report that down the hall, Down the hall from where Howie Rosewood is trying to tell us he's on the team, we love him here, blah, blah, blah. He's looking for a trade behind your back? Or you're just lying to us because you have to make this whole thing work.